Okay, we got that. I think I want that there. All right, this was the beginning of our journey. We start out with the outline most of the time. Going good.
Hey, Buck. What's going on, buddy?
Hold real still when you move. Do it slow mo. This will all be done with a rotary machine and high quality inks. Yes, so enjoy yourself. So yeah, here we have a fellow YouTuber and friend, Keyfob. This is his mushroom head kind of sort of logo. He uses a lot of mushrooms for logos for his channel and for whatever else purpose he sees fit. Anyway, he asked me to do a tattoo for him, and he sent me the design, of course, and I basically just made a stencil for it. And he came up from Georgia and drove up. I think he stayed somewhere along the way and decided to come to Rocksteady Tattoo, where I work, and get himself this tattoo. Yeah, I'm just kind of watching as we're going along here. We can comment on it, do whatever. But anyway, it was good to meet Keyfob for the first time. He came showering gifts and just good nature. Really saved me on a day that wasn't going so hot right away. I hardly ever have any days like that, but we definitely made the best of it. Here I'm going along using a rotary tattoo with a outliner right now, and I'm going to outline most everything. Some of those lines will just be lightly lined so that we can, just kind of like mark it out, like a light sketch to it. Because a lot of this tattoo is done pretty much just like a painting. If you see the original over there, it's a lot of blending of colors and mixing of colors, tints, tones, shades, you name it. Yeah, there's a long one on top. Those are the important ones. Make sure they're nice and smooth and looking good. Won't be long we'll have this outline done. We'll be filling it in with some color. So just hold in here. Some of this won't will be actual footage here. It's coming up. You hear us talking or Keyfob talking. So here you go. Enjoy. We're in a good position there.
Yeah. Now, this is my favorite part of the tattoo because your arm kind of, or your skin, you feel the burning, but to me, it's more therapeutic. It's more of a, I don't know how to describe it. It's like getting a muscle rub with some really intense Bengay, like that extreme sport Bengay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's right there. The coloring can be a little bit easier at first, but there is a time when it gets a little bit old, especially when you're blending lots of colors. You have to go back over areas and blend the color back into something you've already worked on for quite some time. And then maybe it might be off just a little bit, which you try not to do. But there are those times, you have to blend, get right back into the area you once were already in. And after about the ninth time, you know, yeah, it gets a little sore. Yeah, here we use like a dark red, kind of a cool colored red, like cool in temperature wise, and added like more of a regular red into it and blend the two together so that you get a transition. Some of it went into some pink up in the center or orange, I'm not sure, and then a white center, which you'll see. It'll be coming up shortly. Now we're trying to go around those lighter lined areas that I was telling you. We just kind of sketch in the little dots. You just want something there so you get the relative size correct. And that's what makes it hard, is to transition going around obstacles like that and still getting the top of, say, like that, those smaller circles and the bottom of them as they go from left to right across the design, even and smooth, and same on both sides. So it's a bit of a challenge. I mean, you know how to do it, you know how to put it down there painting. And sometimes if you're doing it like, and you start doing it with the tattoo, there's no fixing things. There are slight ones that you can do and adjustments, but you basically want to get it right the first time. I mean, there is some leeway to go over and make color adjustments, and depending on if it's already dark or if it's light and you need to darken it up. Which, if it's just light, you can always darken it up, but not so much the other way around. You gotta take your time. You are getting each little nook and cranny and corner, and once you get the color in there right, then you got to make sure it's also saturated and not so chopped off at the ends and the edges of where they're going to transition, like into the inside of those circles. Yeah, they sometimes you need a feathered edge. You don't want it, sharp and laser crisp, because that's not how this type of design is. It's more of a painterly blended feel. Yes, yeah. So Kifabi talked to me quite a bit throughout this process, and we were on. Of course, this was a live stream, so he talked to people in the comments or anybody that was, asking him a question, which was pretty neat. And he kind of gave a, synopsis to others of saying like what he thought of the process, little tips and tricks for others, kind of like etiquette things, I guess, when you're getting a tattoo, which not everybody, knows or thinks about. Basically, it's not too much. It's just common sense what you do when you're at somebody else's house, or, you know, what would you do? Do you get in there and kick your feet up and put it on a coffee table or something? You know what I'm saying? And just be polite. Because that's what I give the same thing, courtesy and kindness, and that goes a long way, especially for an environment of doing artwork. And you don't want to do that stuff where somebody's annoying the heck out of you and they don't care, they don't talk to you, they don't give you no feedback. When you're speaking to them, or sometimes they give you feedback if you don't want it. It goes both ways, but it's all a part of getting skills and learning how to communicate with on a customer level versus a your tattoo artist level. And no, but not everybody knows the same things. Well, if I don't know something, I ask. I like to be polite and considerate. That's just all we can do. Anyway, just do your best when you're there. That's what I do. I do my best. Try to do that in the artwork and how I act and behave. There's so many different blending techniques here. We use up and down, sideways, how much pressure you put on. Now, sometimes you turn your circles a little slower when you're turning in that. Left, yep, just like that, just like that one. Let me take off again and get back to work. We'll leave that one up. You left a comment up. That'll learn me. That'll learn me. That'll learn me.
Explosion was absolutely
Is that
unreal.
nuts? Yeah. Otherwise, ain't nothing. Nothing wrong. You've been through something like that.
I just can't imagine what it's like to,
Almost die,
yeah.
burn
So,
alive, and blow up, and
I mean, most folks never go their lives without hearing an unexpected explosion, right?
yeah.
Firecrackers, fireworks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gunshots, okay. But a real life, uncontrolled explosion. is something a lot of folks never experience. And for us to have someone that we communicate with on a regular basis through YouTube,
Talk about it.
yeah, and man,
Yeah, I didn't know when I was asking him it was something that could have been that traumatic. You just don't know. That's why it's nice to know things before you start giving a semi sort of interview, which was a little eye opening for me because that's kind of what I was doing, you know. And
yeah, and
luckily, he spoke up and said he was good, but
that reminds me of what Brainy does all the time, and that's she takes her foot and she likes to dip it in like salt or maybe some pickling lime or something like that. Turns it sideways and then she puts it in her mouth. Like she was telling me experience at work. They were doing a professional development, and during one of the breaks, uh, she was just shit talking this professional development, and the person presenting it like mad.
yeah.
And then she turns around and realizes the person who is giving the professional development is behind her and has been listening to her talk shit for the past X amount of minutes.
Haha, yeah. How many of us done that? I think that happened to me just the other day. Something else you need to be careful about is when you make a phone call to somebody, you nowadays have to ask them, you know, are you on a speakerphone or are you actually having a private conversation talking to the person that you actually signed up to talk for? A lot of times they make the decision for you and put you on blast for everybody. So, yeah, it's a different world out there. You got to be careful. Not everybody, you know, thinks about being careful about that. Uh, I don't put nobody on speakerphone. And if I do, I'll tell them, hey, you're on speakerphone. I mean, I always do that. It's just something that natural that happens for me. So there, it's a little pro tip for you, above and beyond the all these tattoo tips I'm giving out. Yeah, it's nothing new in the tattoo world, but for somebody who knows nothing about it, it may be kind of valuable. Who knows? As you can see, blending all these colors, mm, they really take time. This whole thing took me around 3 hours or so, 3.5. I don't remember, and it's a small tattoo, but I guess I could have done it a little faster. I did as fast as I could, even through the talking and whatever else we were doing. I just made sure every little corner and piece and nook and cranny was solid and he wasn't going to have trouble. I mean, he's out of town, so it's not like he can come back in 3 weeks and get a touch up if something is was missed or overlooked or just not paid attention to, which that can happen. You know, we're human beings here. We don't do all these things perfect, but we be as professional as we can. And a lot of what takes time is dipping over into your disposable cup of water and rinsing and cleaning out each color as needed. I mean, if you go into something light, you got to get that dark stuff out of there. Sometimes you want that light to be in between and medium, so you don't have to get it as clean or maybe not clean it out as all. That helps you down uh, transition those colors at a gradual rate every time you dip into the lighter stuff with the already dark stuff in there. By the time you've gone in there 4 or 5 times, it's gotten even lighter, so it can benefit as well. All right.
Like pause the track on the Plymouth.
Good enough.
It just does.
You have to completely go out, come back in,
Yeah.
I think. Everybody else probably having a good time like we just did too. Wondering what the heck.
Yeah, that was not us, y'all. That was
Yeah, internet stuff.
the lords of the internet did not bless us.
All right, back to getting some of these little small spots. I think we had kind of like dragon scales in his uniform, and they were all dimensional and three-sided and transitions on all those. So just little small pieces. You know, get each one correct and then solid and looking right. That definitely took some time. There's some stuff that we're doing there towards the bottom that kind of matches the top end. You know, it's a pretty well balanced and uniformed design that he picked out here. Kind of matches his shirt, hey? Yeah, it's got a nice little look of orange to it right here. As I edit this video, I try to do some blow-ups and get it real close. I'm not sure how good. I just used a 1080p Logitech webcam and put that onto a little flexible arm clamp that's clamped onto a tripod, and that's pretty much how I get these shots. I mean, like, let's do a section. We'll turn the whole thing around. Let's see what it looks like. Make it like right side up. Well, yeah, I think that's much better, don't you? I could probably go back and fix the rest of these edits. I mean, as I was doing the voiceover for this video, it just kind of hit me like, hey, why don't you turn this thing around? Make it right side up. Yeah, that's how you learn how to do. Uh, Not only you got to learn how to tattoo, you got to learn how to make good videos, good shots, good editing, how to voice over. It's quite a project, man. And I'm not a professional at editing, but I'm learning. You know, get enough to hopefully get a good look at what we're doing. So I thank you very much for your time and patience with me. But if I can, I'll go back and fix some of these so that they will be more vertical. And when you get to this part in the video, go, hey, maybe that's what he did, or maybe he didn't. Yeah. Well, let me know what you think. I'm going to set you up for making you go down the comments and leave comments so I get a better in the YouTube, what do they call it? Algorithm? Yeah. You know, if you're taking time to watch this and learn something, why not help out the video, and it'll help get out to others. So yeah, definitely make comments, hit likes, hit the share button. You don't have to actually share it nowhere. Just copy the link and it'll note that it was copied and shared somewhere. So that's all that matters. Helps me out. I appreciate it. And you get any see, there we go, back to the side view, which ain't so bad either. I like that just as much, but I think the flipping it and turning it is better. What do you think? Post it down in the comments. Let's turn this back around. See what we got. Yeah, we'll stick to this probably for the rest of the video, as long as it formats well. Here we're doing some somewhat pure white highlights. Not all of it. Some of it I have it contaminated with what's left in the tube because it doesn't need to be super bright unless you have a focal point of it, which there really isn't any other than that little glare that's in the top of his head, which isn't showing up as well right now. When that white and the other stuff heals, I think it should pop out just a little bit better than what we're seeing here. Yeah, anywhere where you think the light's going to hit the pieces and parts that would be most exposed to your light source. I mean, that's how it works. Anything else that's not flat and facing directly and angled towards your light source is going to be less intense of a highlight and maybe a medium tone. And the stuff that's completely underneath it will be shadowed. So you got to just put in your brain what pieces and parts would be doing that. Or maybe it's reflecting off of something. So what's underneath it will actually make some of those shadow parts lighter than they would normally appear. And let me tell you, it's a progress. Just study your art. And you can even practice with lighting and putting it on your face and looking at the mirror and put it in different areas. And you can see what happens when you move your light source and why it does and what parts of your face are higher exposed to the light and which aren't. So, it's all part of making your trade better. Quick, done first. Might get sore. Oh, it's sore, probably.
It's definitely a little more tingly than it was previously.
Mm-hmm. But you twitch.
Yeah, I felt my arm
It's
do
okay.
that. My back's doing it too, so.
Yeah, when they get towards the end and you're going back over spots and close to spots and spots that you haven't hit in maybe an hour or more, and you're putting in highlights and going around and fine tuning some of the areas that may not be saturated enough, or which means the color is real heavy and strong in there and will stay and last for a long time. Yeah, that is the goal of doing a good tattoo, is knowing all those things and making sure you're not going over too much of the area. Yeah, meaning the same area you've been over, because depending on the health of the skin, some skin can take more times that you can go over, and others there's no way. You got to hit it once or twice. That's it. But key fobs is good.
Baba Booey.
Stop, Fafafui.
Fafafui.
Did you come on for this abuse?
Yeah,
Yeah, I signed up. That's why you probably weren't here earlier.
I came in at the end to see if
Just about at the end.
just to see if you wanted me to throw some comments up, but I don't think that's necessary.
Dude, yeah, if you want. I don't think nobody's around no more.
I told Thomas.
There's 7 people watching.
Is there? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, 7 people watching. You know what's great? I can partake without being on screen. I can but still be on screen. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, we know you partake off screen all the time.
There you go. He's off. You see the wizard.
Dun, dun, dun.
Where's
the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
He's going on an adventure.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on this weekend.
Smash it with a rock, Thomas. That's how I reset mine.
Isn't it Mother's Day this weekend?
Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
It is.
Mother's Day.
That's going to change all my plans then.
Yeah, Mother's Day, I believe, is this weekend. I'm not quite sure if it's this weekend, so if someone could confirm that in the chat.
It is, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was my daughter just mentioned it to me, asked me if I wanted to come over this weekend. I said, sure, because it's Mother's Day. So unless she's wrong, that's a confirmation. But I could be wrong.
No, we're going to use that as fact. Moto said
that's facts, bro.
It's fact.
I don't think she's wrong about much.
If it rebuttals for us, I'm going to tell her it's always on her. You messed up a whole community of YouTubers.
YouTubers.
She'll love me for that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad.
I can't believe she's not going to VAM.
No, she's gonna go to Legoland and all that with the kids, man,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm missing VAM and GAM and FAM, and
she'd have to suffer riding that R1 again anyway, so she probably didn't look forward to that. She loves that thing. That's what she says.
I can see why.
What's today? Today's Wednesday.
Yep, today's Wednesday.
No big hurry. Didn't matter.
I would reset the modem now, Thomas. I kind of would have been
asking how.
singing back and forth a little bit, but It wouldn't hurt to reset it.
Do you have voiceover on your cap cut? Like you just hit a button and
Yes.
you can
Yeah.
start. Okay.
Where's that at? Because I may
Um,
just be overlooking it in the free version.
Usually in your soundtrack there, bottom there where your actual video is.
It's
That
up.
may be
It's
in the
it's
area
up
I'm afraid to
top
go
right.
into.
'Cause it would probably be under audio, or it could be in the top left under ad stuff. You know how some stuff's on the left, some stuff's on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle with you is right. Stuck in the middle with you.
Jokers to the left. Clowns to the left, me jokers to the right. There we are.
Right.
Stuck in the middle again.
Fafafooey.
Mm-hmm.
Dog wanna eat. The dog, I can tell.
We got that. We want to do light and white.
I can tell that the dogs, every time I start measuring the dog's food really good, they start wanting food earlier and earlier in the day because they're on a diet. I'm trying to get them to shed a couple pounds.
The vet told old Mac that his dog is obesely overweight.
Yeah, grotesquely obese.
Yeah, that's that. There you go.
Yes, that's how big that little dog is. Yes.
Oh, I know. I've seen him. I've held him.
Yeah, it was like a meatball.
He is solid though.
I'm sure he is.
Like I don't think that's fat.
I'll be right back. I gotta check the mailbox.
Check the mailbox, man. Let us know if it's still there.
Do not bark at me going to the mailbox.
Bark at him, Jade. You deserve
No one bark at me. Seriously, dude.
Bark at him for me, Jade. I think the one I'm getting making is gonna go on the bottom side of this arm, my left arm. Yeah, Angry D, we still going, man. I keep checking on my artist to make sure he's okay.
Like, holy shite, Nike. I'm sure glad he ain't tattooing me. You take too long.
All righty. Angry D. What's up, brother man?
That's right.
Gas prices and taxes, that's what's up.
That's what's up, yeah.
That's what was right, yeah.
All right, so we're finally getting to about the end of this tattoo. Huh? Yeah, I know, right? About time. This is what it looks like sideways again. I did turn it vertically, and I think it was a better view. But we'll watch it a little bit this way. It kind of looks like it gives you the feel that, hey, your hand's out of the way. I can see where you're at. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. I really love the job that was done on key fob. It's always, challenging to work on people that you kind of personally know, or especially family members, which is that's a big deal. If you're an artist and you know. Or sometimes I got out of the range of the camera once in a while. You're pulling that canvas where you need to get at it comfortably. Anyway, if I don't get to chat with you on a voiceover again, thanks for tuning in, and have a fantastic rest of your year, 2025. Yeah, let's make it a good one. Get plenty of rides in, have fun. Hey, maybe come up and see me and get a tattoo. How's that? Wouldn't that be great? I'd love it. Peace.
Hey, Sick.
Yeah.
How far is it to Forgotten Angels from your house again? 2 hours?
2 hours. Yeah, the back way is 3 hours. But if you want to take 75 and shoot down that way, you can get there in like 2.5.
If you were to be riding down there, which way would you go? The 2 hour trip or the 3 hour trip?
I take the 3 hour trip both times I've been down there. whatever, however many times I've been down there.
Just to avoid the interstate?
I went with Buck on the interstate because we were in a truck.
Oh.
But when I've ridden, I've taken the back way. Everybody eat everything? Good girls. You guys want to go out? Do not bark at me. Get out.
Okay.
Go. You want to go out?
Yes, I want to go out.
Go.
Are you asking?
Yeah. Wait.
What are you asking me about?
Well, you should already know they want to go out.
Go out, roll in the dirt, and come back in. Don't want no damn bath afterwards either.
Well, they rolled around in the dirt for a reason.
Dude, they're savage, dude. They finished that food in like 5 seconds.
They think they're chickens.
Yeah, they think they're chickens.
Need a dust bath.
I didn't know chickens did that until.
Nana Grace and all those that we've been watching. I know we've been learning a lot. Them being broody and.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we got it, Bob. I think I'm done messing around.
That looks fantastic.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does. It's like literally, it looks literally better than the picture.
There's key fob, yo.
Sweet, bro. That's awesome, bro. Oh, wait. There we go. Sweet. That's great. Hell yeah, man.
You know, just like little kids, man. I gotta do something stupid because the camera's on. That was a oopsie. Jeez, man. Here we go. Then we got it done.
Yep. All right, y'all. Show's back in his hands. He's going to decide when we cut this off. I got to do one thing you have to make sure you do for all your artists. Pay them, tip them.
Oh, bro. All right, bro. Thanks for your help. That was nice to wrap this up and part of the memory and for him to have on his
Hell yeah, bro.
live here and video. So
Good times.
good times. Yep.
Great time.
See you later.
I do.
Go on.
Might give you a little different look at it. I don't know.
Yeah, buddy.
I have no problems or worries in case you know, that is your arm. You probably go back.
It is. But where she's sitting, man,
Yeah.
that ain't no reaching her. Just for the tip.
Yeah, for the tip. We missed a little spot. Cool. All right, there it is, all patched up.
Good to go.
Thank you. Thanks, Toga.